Hello, healers and health seekers. It's me, Ichota. It's been a while since I've made a video, but I had something that was just pressing on my heart to share, and I really feel like I'm praying that it will reach someone that has heard certain misinformation chanted into the medical medium community, and it will break them out of that belief system if they are starting to adopt it. So there seems to be a belief system that I've heard periodically throughout the years that is so false. And I just want to talk about it. And that is, I hear people saying things like, the medical medium cleanses are too hard on my body and they run my adrenals and I have to take a break between cleanses because it's just too much for me. And understand that when I am addressing this, I am not talking about someone who is so toxic and so sensitive that they need to take things slow. I am talking about people who have bought into the belief system that the medical medium cleanses are hard on them. Medical medium cleanses are designed to support the adrenals. Medical medium talks about this all the time. It's in the books. It's in the information. He's talked about it in lives. He's talked about it so many times over the years. But the fact is, medical medium cleanses are designed to support the adrenals, and if we're doing them properly via the guidelines in the books, not some influencer that told us how to do something or some practitioner that told us how to do something. But if we're using the guidelines in the books that come from medical medium, these cleanses, and if we're doing them correctly, we're eating enough food, these cleanses are the way to move the needle in healing. They are for the sickest of the sick. There are so many different medical medium cleanses. All of them can be utilized and adapted. Whatever somebody is going through, no matter how sick you are, that is what is going to get you out of those symptoms. And I think there is a lot of, I hear people saying things like, well, you have to take really long breaks between cleanses because the body has to rest between cleanses. And that is just not true. There are people who need to get out of really hard symptoms, and what they actually need to do is do back-to-back cleanses. And that means whatever cleanse you can do at the time, whatever cleanse you're capable of doing at the time. Whether that needs to be really simple, like a mono-eating cleanse, because it's the least amount of food prep and it's the least expensive. Or if you want to go harder, if you want something that is super gentle to your body that you can do for even years at a time, the mono-eating cleanse is the way to go. It is super gentle. And there are so many options for people. And I'm not going to go into all the different cleanses, but there are so many different medical medium cleanses that a person could use to heal. And honestly, a lot of times what we do need is to be on those cleanses in order to move the needle, because the cleanses are what moves the needle the most in healing and will spring us forward. Like the brain shot therapy cleanse, if you read the books, the Brain Saver Protocols book and the Brain Saver book, it specifically says that the brain shot therapy cleanse can get somebody out of hundreds of symptoms. And the 369 cleanses have saved people's lives. The mono-eating cleanses have saved people's lives. These cleanses are really the way to move the needle in healing. And so to tell people, don't let anybody tell you that you can't do a cleanse. because you can. And don't let anybody tell you that it's too hard on your body, because medical medium cleanses are not hard on the body. They are the opposite. Fats are hard on the body. Salt is hard on the body. Caffeine and vinegar and all the no foods, those are hard on the body. Continuing to eat foods that our bodies can't digest because we have low hydrochloric acid, that's hard on the body. Not eating enough, that's hard on the body. Not eating frequently enough, that's hard on the body. That's what runs your adrenaline. On being undercaloried and not getting enough calories in a day to fuel your needs, that's hard on the body. But medical medium cleanses are completely gentle on the body. And I think that's really important to know, because I keep seeing people go down this bad road of thinking like they can't do cleanses. But it's because they've been misled in whatever way. Yes, there are people who need to do things because they have sensitivities, do things more gently and slowly and work up to things, like maybe somebody needs to start with less celery juice, or maybe somebody needs to start, with less lemon in their lemon water. But this is what's going to get people out of the hell of chronic illness. I've been using the medical medium information for, since 2016. And what always moved the needle the most for me was using the medical medium cleanses. And I was really sensitive. I was so sensitive I could only do like a drop of B12. I was so sensitive that I did not start with less celery juice. At the time, the recommendation was 16 ounces. I started with 16 ounces. It went straight through me, and I did it anyway, because celery juice is what began to get me out of that hell. So I was like, okay, well, this is gonna happen, and this is part of it. Like, I had so many symptoms. I had over 100 symptoms that I was living with, including I was in a wheelchair and I couldn't stand for more than 5 minutes, and I had horrible chronic fatigue and brain fog and migraines and pain all over my body and chronic pain of over 20 years. And what moved the needle for me the most in my healing process was doing the cleanses. It's very important to know how important that tool is. And it hurts my heart to see people telling people not to do them, or that they can't eat healing foods and should stick to fats. And they should stick to fats, and they should stick to like all these filler foods. What? That's not medical medium information at all. Like, at all. I see the craziest stuff get chanted through the community, and every now and again I just feel like I gotta say something. Like, this is not right. Somebody has lied to you. If that is your belief system, you have been lied to. It is not true. It is not true. In order to heal, we gotta get off the fats. We gotta get off of them. We gotta, if we're living with an insane amount of symptoms, and we want to heal and get out of that hell, we have to really dig deep and read these books, because reading the medical medium books is crucial. It really is, because the details matter in healing, and you are not going to get all the details that you need from social media posts or from word of mouth or from somebody telling you what you should be doing. The books are crucial. They are critical to healing. And They are critical to learning the details to heal. And the cleanses, again, critical to healing. I think there was a time, a long time ago, when people could get away with not cleansing, but like just taking out the no foods and lowering the fats. But that time has passed because we have superbugs out now. We have toxins that are way worse than they ever were on the planet before. And we need these cleanses. We need to get this stuff out of us. And don't ever underestimate any of the medical medium cleanses. Any of them. I see a lot of cleanses, a lot of the medical medium cleanses get completely underutilized, like the mono eating cleanse and the simplified 369 cleanse. Like all the mono eating cleanse options, there's only a couple that people ever usually choose that I see. I'm not saying that nobody does. I'm just saying that the people who post on social media that I see and that I see, use these tools, it's great. It's great that people are using them, but there are just so many options for cleanses. There are so many books with so many different medical medium cleanses. There is a cleanse for everybody. There is a cleanse for everybody. And if people are doing them correctly, that's what's going to get you out of the hell of chronic illness. That's what's going to get you out of hundreds of symptoms. And it's the way. It's the way out, man. It's the way out. And I just need to tell people that, and I just need to beg and please don't believe anybody that tells you that you shouldn't be cleansing. Because they don't know the information. They just don't. Anyone who really knows the medical medium information, anyone who's read the books is going to tell you to do the medical medium cleanses. They just are. If they know the information, they're going to tell you to do cleanses. They're not going to tell you not to take Vimergy supplements. They're not going to tell you not to do cleanses. It's just not. It's not medical medium information if they're telling you that. And they don't know it. Please don't take advice from people who don't know the information, who haven't read the books. I see so many people out there giving advice to others and telling them this and that about medical medium information, and then admittedly have not even read the books. And I'm like, please don't do that. Please. Because the details matter in healing, and just read the books, okay? I don't want to go on too long about this because I don't want to take up too much of your time. But please, I beg you, read the books, do a medical medium cleanse. Whatever cleanse resonates with you and is the one that you feel like you can do, that's the one for you. Medical medium has said that before. But I'm telling you, man, cleansing is the way to heal. It just is. That's why there's a whole book called Cleanse to Heal. That's the way. It's the way. I love you guys, and I wish you the best in your healing journey. And I thank anyone who has watched this whole video. I'm praying for you every day. Again, I got out of a wheelchair. I've healed over 100 symptoms, or moved the needle significantly in over 100 symptoms. That does not mean that I haven't taken hits, and that does not mean I have not had to use these tools to get the heck out of all the hits I've taken. But that is what gets me out. Doing the medical medium cleanses is what gets me out, and using the medical medium tools is what gets me out of any setbacks. So don't let anyone tell you that you don't need to use these tools. If you are suffering and you are struggling, this is the way out. I love you.